We're back here again, Jeff.
Jeff.
Because we settled this all in June. So
Very, very amicably on private
on?
email exchanges. You know, I mean, we thought this was all resolved.
I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening.
I mean, there was a lot of lies, defamation and slander at that time, but this is like next level. You can't just come out and accuse us of something that we didn't have nothing to do with.
You have absolutely no evidence of. This is weird.
You can't do that. You just can't.
Yeah, really bad. So, that's our intro. Welcome to another video, guys. It's 6 o'clock at night, so lighting's terrible. We're looking funny.
We finished
Sorry
watching
about that.
Jeff's video about an hour ago, and now we're responding.
Yeah.
No script, no nothing. This is just raw thoughts and feelings.
Now, just to give you the backstory, we recorded our end of 2016 video about a week ago. We were working on that for a while and we were editing. That was ready to go and that was due to be uploaded
on the 30th or something like that?
Yeah, like our last video of 2016.
Yeah. But we've had to bring that forward so that it didn't look like that was a response video to your latest video, which just came up on our feed, you know, an hour or hour and a half or 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and so there's some things that our viewers will watch in that previous video that may be repeated here, but it's kind of necessary.
Yeah.
So
because that video was a standalone video. Obviously, we recorded it a week ago. We've been adding notes to it ever since because it was so long.
So anyway, we had a bit of back and forth with Jeff Nelson over his daughters and some things that we said on Tumblr and blah. Anyway, this all happened back in June. Yeah. No, it actually happened in March or something. Then it was
resurfaced in June.
And then we
I
resolved.
think Jeff brought it back up.
Anyway.
Well,
then we reached out to Jeff on email. We resolved everything. We're like, listen, let's just drop it all. We don't want this on our channel. This is no good for veganism. However you want to define veganism, whatever. So we'll take our stuff down. You take your stuff down, and let's just drop it.
And there was so much stress with both parties involved at that time. I remember, Jeff, you were making a few videos in a row whilst we were working on our response video to your first video because it was taking us ages to reply to an hour-long video. Anyway, we could see in the subsequent videos that you made, you know, there was one point where you were unshaven and you looked like, you know, you'd been stressed and up the night and worrying about how we would respond to that first video you put out. And we were like, it killed us for 4 days. We're like, oh my God.
Who wants to deal with that?
No one wants to deal with that. And so we went to great lengths to amicably resolve it between the parties privately on email, and there were many exchanges between us, and I know you've still got them.
And mind you, Jeff is a lovely guy on email, so we have no idea who this person is online when the person on email is like, hey guys, everything's nice, and we're like, who's who? Who's the real Jeff? I don't get it. I don't get this guy. So we're shocked that if you had another problem, Jeff, why didn't you just email us privately and say, hey guys, is this you? Are you Chantal? What's going on?
Yeah, given that everything was resolved so amicably last time between us.
And we haven't said anything about you, all the girls.
Nothing. You know what I've done? I've got a few questions on Snapchat from people saying about their acne. You know what? I'm still sending them Nina and Randa's acne video to help them because, you know, the hatchet with Nina and Randa and you was buried. We buried it collectively back then 6 months ago. And I have no ill will, hard feelings. That's why I'm like, Nina and Randa's video, that's going to help that person potentially. So,
So I just don't understand why you've done this. And I know this might be hard for you to believe, but you're not the center of our world, Jeff. We honestly, seriously, we don't care about what you do with your conference. Don't want to sound mean, but we don't care what your family does, all right? Just do whatever you guys want to do. We're not interested. We're not here to be in your pockets and whatever. What happened in March and June, and that was dealt with, and we have tried very, very, very hard to stay all out of all this drama and stuff that's going on in the online vegan community this year.
Yeah, and things are going to go all over in this video because it's not scripted. So we're just going to respond to things as we think of them in our heads. So, for example, Natasha just said we've tried very hard to stay out of the drama, blah, 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 since all of the stuff happened sort of mid-year type thing. Now, you might consider our response videos drama videos. Well, we don't consider them drama videos. We still consider them educational videos. So many of our viewers would agree. In fact, there are when we make them for a non-vegan YouTuber that's popular, how many times we actually, obviously you get a barrage of their followers saying, oh, leave that person alone, blah, blah, blah. but how many we've said, comments we've received from their followers saying that was a really informative video. I've never thought of it like that before. I hope she considers it, blah, blah, blah. So their own followers are not considering them drama type videos.
No.
Everyone's going to consider it whatever it is based on their own perspective and what have you, but they're educational videos.
And that's fine. You know what? You don't have to. Jeff Nelson, you don't have to like what we do on our channel. You don't have to agree with or like our response videos.
But they're not...
We don't care what your opinion is of the work that we do. Okay?
And they're not attacking
fine.
videos, they're educational videos.
God.
I mean, if you actually watched them, I mean, they're incredibly informative and educative. The Kali Bible was so taken by one of them for her that together with Freely's video, that was the push she needed to go vegan. I mean...
What's your problem?
And we made that back in, I don't know, was it March or April or whatever it is, and the style has been very similar. You know, and there's a massive difference between making an Instagram post to promote the video for that non-vegan YouTuber that we've made and encouraging our followers to get the attention of that person, because let's face it, these people have millions of followers. So you go and have a look at one of their Instagram posts, you're talking like tens of thousands of likes. And
so you're going to get lost in the comments. You need to... It's strength in numbers, you know, you need to get people in there. But look, we don't have to justify what we do. We're not trying to convince you, Jeff, or anyone out there. We'll do whatever the hell we want to do on our channel. If we want to make response videos, we will. And that's none of your business, Jeff. You can do whatever you want to do on your channel. We don't agree with a lot of things you do, but whatever. Jeff's going to do what Jeff wants to do. We're going to do what we're going to do. Yeah. We're not going to sit here and try and justify our work to appease you. Bad luck.
No.
Now, the whole Order 66 thing, look, mate, there is a massive difference between ordering people to go and give violent threats compared to us saying to our viewers,
hey guys, we made this really informative and educational video for such and such who's reaching a very large audience. Help us bring their attention to our video by sharing it with them on their social media.
You're really going to compare that? That's ridiculous. That's disgusting. Now, what we're not impressed with, we are disgusted by the threats that the Nelson family received.
Absolutely.
And this is honestly, no shit, Jeff. We are really disgusted by the video that you described and the things that were sent to you and to Dr. McDougall, and I don't know if that was sent to Dr. Barnard as well, whoever. That is absolutely filthy disgusting, and no one deserves to have that sent to them. And this is one thing that we talked about in our previous video, the end of 2016 review, is what happened this year is that the trolling got out of hand, and it's not okay. The irony is, Jeff, we received same threats, murder and rape threats, okay? We had people come to our channel for a real Order 66 that were sent by your mate Charles, okay, describing how I should be raped. It's telling Luca, prepare yourself to watch your wife be raped, ass raped, and raped with a hot curler and all these. Okay, that's
we received them. That shook our world. Okay.
So why would you think that we would go and do that to you or to your family or whatever? Like, do you really think that we're that kind of people? Obviously you do, which we're really, really, really shocked.
Because in our private email exchanges, you said that you felt like, when we were having all those exchanges mid-year, that you got to know us a little bit better by watching more of our videos and seeing, you know, our Snapchat stories where we're sort of, you know, more loose and easygoing, and you know, so and then you said that a lot of our viewers were leaving comments, supportive comments for us on your channel, and so you know you respect that they held us in esteem.
We're just not interested in this. We're really not interested. Our first response video to Jeff back in June was like, I think an hour and a half long or something. It took us 4 days to put together, and we systematically went through every single point. We're not doing that again because...
It was nauseating. I mean, we lost 4 days of our lives.
It was ridiculous.
You've just lost all this time making that video. Yeah. But, I mean...
And we
lost all the time having to watch it, to watch ourselves be defamed the way you... my mind is... We were just sitting there...
It's really bad.
We saw it in the feed.
We're like, you've got to be shitting us. What we're
going
back
there. And then we saw our name in the description. And then we're watching it, and we couldn't believe it. We couldn't fathom it. I mean, We've put time under the bridge, whatever the expression is, you know.
Water under the bridge, time
water
under
the bridge. Yeah. Anyway,
time's passed.
Yeah, and so it's all behind. It's in the past, and now it feels like it feels like you have.
Yeah, you've linked our name. You've drawn us into some really, really terrible things.
When actually those things have been happening to us.
So basically, to be pulling our names into this stuff that's now happening with the Nelsons, we're just kind of really confused about why Jeff wouldn't just contact us directly, why he's gone public, why he's dragging our name through the mud once again.
Really defaming us. This is
really
terrible.
bad. Like that's, you said you got the LAPD on the case or whatever. That's great. I think you should definitely do that. And I think you should also maybe we need to look into that because it's the same threats being sent to us. So
exactly the same.
Should we collaborate on this case, Jeff? Do you want to work together and get all the trolls and the murdering and rape threats dealt with and out of our lives? Because that would be awesome. I don't know. You've got our email. Chantel Robin. This is ridiculous. Are you freaking serious? We are not Chantel. We don't know Chantel. I don't know. Apparently, because we use the same graphics. It's
Jeff,
called PicMonkey. Everyone can get the little red circle thing.
That's not proof.
Insane. That's really insane.
Yeah.
What else?
And and it's also insulting that we have the time and the inclination to do what you're suggesting. That's disgusting.
You're not the center of our world. We really don't care what you do. Okay. We had a problem with the stuff that the girls were doing earlier in the year.
And we worked very hard to resolve that with you. Very hard, collectively. We've been through that stress. This is, I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
Now, the Raw Till 4.
Just before we get to that, I was going to say, you know how you're calling them our response videos, attacking videos, because you've showed some proof in your video that somebody's saying that they're vegan and that you're a go vegan, you're a hypocrite or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Inflammatory comments on the people that we make response videos for. You cannot put it past industry, the animal agriculture industry, meat, dairy and eggs, who think of how much money they stand to lose with veganism on the rise. Lots of, we're talking millions to billions of dollars at stake here. And we know what lengths they've gone to, you think about that, I'm just going to go all over here, Howard Lyman and Oprah Winfrey thing. Yeah. They took them to court. This stuff happens all the time. You can't put it past them to have troll accounts to pretend to be vegan so that they make vegans look bad online
because I
by
can tell you
saying
straight
awful
out,
things.
The example that you gave, that person, we've never seen their comments on our videos, okay? That is not a vegan account, I can guarantee you. These are troll accounts that are posing, that are trying to make vegans look bad. And you're a smart guy, Jeff, don't be stupid. You know that this is bullshit, okay? But it works in your favor to use it against us because you don't like us because of the history, blah, 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 blah.
Which we thought we'd resolved.
Exactly. I don't know why you're bringing it up again. So that's ridiculous. We see the people who watch our videos leave comments. We see what kind of comments they leave. And they're all very nice because they've come from us. And we are nice in our response videos. And how many times we say, we're not here to hate, we're here to educate. So don't leave hate comments. Just let the person know. Leave the link. That's all we ask of them. And we have said many times that people who leave those kind of really awful comments
are doing a disservice to
We've
veganism.
said stop it, it's disgusting, don't do it in our name, don't do it in the animals' names. It's wrong. So that has nothing to do with us or what we promote. So that's that.
Raw Till 4. We haven't eaten...
Oh, hold on, wait. Sorry. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
One more thing.
It's all right. We said it was going to go everywhere. That's just the way it is. So many things.
So you're saying that Chantal has no evidence and all her evidence is just, watch my video, one link. Well, what evidence do you have that we're associated with her? Because our graphics are the same. It's called PicMonkey. Anyone can use it. You have no evidence whatsoever.
And therefore it's outright defamation.
I can't believe that you would go and do that without any evidence at all.
I cannot believe you didn't come to us on email. I cannot.
That's really, weird.
Yeah. Raw Till 4? Okay, so we've got a video up on our channel saying why we're no longer Raw Till 4. That was 18 months ago.
Again, you're a smart guy. So,
it's our most
there's no
popular
flies
video.
on you, Jeff, all right? You're very strategic. We don't think you're an idiot. We think you're very, very strategic with what you're doing. Absolute bullshit that you don't know that our most viewed video is actually why we no longer do waterfall.
Because
you found all the other videos about responses.
Yeah, and you also told us back in mid-year that the Nina and Randa response video on the honey thing was our 20th most popular video.
Well, then
that means you would have seen number one and had to count through, right?
So that means that you would have seen that we haven't done raw till fall for 18 months, okay? Virtually every vegan that, or I can't even say vegan, a lot of people who aren't vegans that just come, to it for diet or whatever, for health reasons, come online and they find raw till fall and they give it a go. I don't think there would be a very small percentage of people who haven't tried raw till fall if they're watching vegan YouTube. Virtually everyone gives it a go. And we did enjoy our time doing raw till fall.
It served a purpose for us at that time. In fact, we improved many health conditions that we had previously been suffering from with a raw till fall diet.
But we didn't want to do it long term, and we don't think it's a diet for us to do long term. We switched to more of a starch solution diet.
We're eating the same. We've been eating this way for 18 months.
And we're eating the same thing as the Nelsons are. So
exactly. And why are we doing that? Because it's what the plant-based doctors promote. Now, and they're also who we promote. I mean, the fact that you would think we would be somehow linked with sending doctors Neil Barnard and John McDougall death threats is really downright disgusting.
I'm in
well.
Dr. Barnard's new book. I had a Skype call and we emailed recently. He was telling us about his CD's new music.
He's the most beautiful, gentle being whose work we admire so much. And, we thanked him profusely for the work that he does to promote veganism.
Don't put us in this pseudoscience bullshit group that you've got going on. We made a whole video responding to that.
We'll link that below.
We promote a whole foods, plant-based diet. Same thing you're reading the Nelsons. The same thing Mr. and Mrs. Vegan are promoting. And that's what the doctors
promote. Backed up
promote.
by all of the references from the plant-based doctors that you're saying that we're sending death threats to.
We're not doing raw till fall. So we're not part of whatever raw till fall cult you want to promote and whatever. And you're thinking that that's behind these death threats to you and therefore we must be linked to that. It's absolutely insane. And it's the end of the year, the end of 2016, and we're still in this place. We're still coming back to this. I'm so over this. No wonder so many people have gone,
yep, that's it.
I hate vegan YouTube. I'm getting off it. I'm not watching it.
Or I'm going to delete my channel, or I'm going to delete all my videos.
It's full bullshit. This is exhausting. Yeah. We don't want to be part of any of this. Are you listening?
Of time.
We're not interested. Don't associate us with anything. It's Luca and Natasha, that vegan couple. We do our own thing. Just leave us alone. I don't care what the Nelsons are doing. I'm sorry you had those threats. That is wrong. You should investigate that. And those people who sent that should be, reprimanded, arrested, charged, whatever. Yeah. Okay? It's disgusting. The violence has to stop. We don't want any part of it. I just don't want to be part of this anymore.
It's sickening. It's nauseating. It makes you feel sick to the pit of your stomach.
It's awful.
I just can't believe it.
And this whole, ethical vegan,
ethical vegan is actually a superfluous term. Veganism is an ethical stance by default. That's it.
Look,
so
I'm just going to say this. You can come to veganism for whatever reason. The majority of people come to it for health. So we 100% agree, and I've actually made videos saying exactly the same thing as Jeff. Promote the health side because that's what people are interested in. That's what draws them in. However, they're eating a vegan diet, a plant-based diet, whatever you want to call it. When someone actually goes vegan, when they embrace the full spectrum, that means that they're not wearing leather anymore. And sure, they might wear leather from what things they purchased before they went vegan, but they're not going out and buying new leather items. They're not going to SeaWorld and to zoos and things like that. Now, those things have nothing to do with one's own personal gain. It makes no difference to my health whether I go to SeaWorld or not. And that's the difference. That's when someone becomes vegan because they're doing something for the animals, which I know is mocked ridiculously, and that's what makes them vegan because they don't personally gain, I'm not going to lose weight if I don't wear leather. I'm not going to get healthier or clear my skin out or fix my digestion if I don't go to SeaWorld. But that does make me vegan. So that's the difference, Jeff. And you can disagree. If you want to redefine it, geez, just Go for it, mate. Go for it.
I mean, we wish you wouldn't. There is there's a 100% plant-based diet. Also could be called a vegan diet.
Whatever.
But veganism includes the things that Natasha said in addition to the diet.
You know, so we're just going to have to agree to disagree. It would be really awesome if you just stopped shitting on people who actually live veganism in all its dimensions and therefore saying an ethical vegan is superfluous because everything I just explained. Okay? Just drop it. What else? I don't know. This has gone on long enough.
I know.
The other stuff on our Tumblr that Jeff shows screenshots of, things about vaccinations and things about not having kids. What did he show?
I think so.
About, you know, the human race is a disease.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, you're right. It has nothing to do with veganism, okay? Those things are our thoughts that we'll share on our personal social media.
Yeah.
Okay? You might have thoughts that have nothing to do with veganism and you'll share those and they're your thoughts. So now we're going to be scrutinized for what we think and what we express. Is this total dictatorship? If Jeff Nelson doesn't approve, then you can't put it up. That's what we think. Have you ever watched The Matrix? What do they describe the human race as? A freaking disease. Look at us. Look at what we've created. All right? If you want to have kids and you're happy to be a grandfather, fantastic. Go for it. We don't want kids. We've been together for, we're coming up 19 years. We made this decision quite a while ago. And this is the path that we've chosen. We don't want to bring more people into the world. We think certain things and we're entitled to those thoughts. And no, they don't have anything to do with veganism. They're just what we think. All right? So we're allowed to say whatever the hell we think on our social media. Again, you don't like it? Stop looking at it. You're saying that you don't have time and you're not obsessed and you've got a life. Well, it certainly doesn't bloody well look like it, because it looks like all you do is try and frame us for bullshit. Get off our social media, do whatever the hell you want with your family, and that's it. Leave us out of it. Oh yeah, and I tell you one thing, you know, one of the main reasons that we think the things that we do is because of this.
Yeah, I mean,
people want a vegan world. This is a vegan world.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go.
Yeah.
This is what vegan kids and the next generation and vegans are all wonderful. Vegans are just like every other single person on the planet, but we have more compassion towards animals. We don't want to hurt them and we care more about the environment. But we're still regular people that do really effed up things and we treat each other generally like shit.
Pretty poorly.
So why do we think the things we do? Because the people in the world who are supposed to be, you know, care more and just do better.
And just like everyone else, pretty much, except that they don't hurt animals.
You know, I mean, if we have to be continuously making these kind of videos and everything about other vegan channels, whatever, I mean, yeah, I'm just really glad that I'm not bringing more kids into this. It's disgusting. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of everything.
Chantal, if you're watching this, please stop. That's not appropriate behaviour by
if
anyone
you
at all.
are behind it, I mean, we don't know again,
that's
so
true, yeah.
whatever. We really want the focus to just shift away from all this infighting rubbish and move towards the animals, okay? And I know, Jeff, the animals, but isn't it better that we talk about the animals than the Nelsons being shot in the head? I think we can agree about that.
Yeah.
So if we just all focus on the big picture, which is the environment, the animals, people's health, we can get away from all this other really terrible stuff. So please, Chantal, stop doing what you're doing. Obviously, you see now that it's hurt us because people think that we're you, which we're clearly not you, and the haters will still say, oh, you're just talking to yourself now. Whatever, you know, just, you can't convince idiots. You're going to think whatever you want to think. We're telling you know what, we're not Chantal. We're not interested in that. And yeah,
I still think I'm very offended that
I know
people would think that we would actually be capable of what Jeff is accusing us of doing. I'm very offended. I'm very offended.
That's really low. So,
Jeff, you've asked us to block Chantal's comments featuring yourself. Absolutely, no worries. We're going to go through right now and remove Chantal's comments that she's made featuring yourself.
Chantal, your other comments about veganism in general, or the topic of the video we're making, they're fine, they're welcome on the channel, but no, don't leave comments about the Nelsons. So we're really not sure what to do from this point, Jeff. Do we give your channel a strike for slander and defamation? Do we take this more seriously, take it to the next level? You've said that we've ordered Order 66 on people, and that's associated with violence. You've dragged us through the mud. You've linked us to trying to associate us with pseudoscience. I don't know what to do in this situation to do with you.
Yeah.
Are you going to make a video apologising and clearing our name?
I mean, you're always giving us demands. I mean...
What the fuck is this? Seriously, we said we'll take down Chantal's comments.
I mean,
I don't know.
We would be within our rights to demand a formal apology from you. I mean, you've just slandered and defamed us so badly. I cannot believe it. It's preposterous.
It's really
It's
bad.
beyond me. It's mind-blowing.
It's really disgusing. Like, I know we're just repeating this. I think we're in shock. We're in shock.
Yeah, absolutely.
To see that video come up, we're like, we've been good. We've stayed out of everything. There's been so much going on this year. And the Patreon thing again.
Can we just stop smashing Patreon?
Your friends, Happy Healthy Vegan, have a Patreon. They're basically the closest situation to us.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan and Angie, we don't mean to drag you into this, but you know, when you're pressed between a rock and a hard place, you sort of kind of do whatever you got to do. You guys are an older couple. You've worked in, another field before you came to YouTube, so.
And now you're trying to make a go of it here on YouTube.
Fantastic. And Patreon helps.
It's
exactly the same as what we're doing. Yes, what we do is activism. What Happy Healthy Vegan does is activism. Do they call it activism? I don't know. You don't want us to call it activism? Okay, it's not activism. Does that make it better? Fine. You go through the list of people. In fact, we actually thought of cutting our Patreon the other week before we made our end of year video. Yeah. And we're like, just for curiosity, how many other vegan channels are on there? I shit you not. There's over 40 pages worth. 40 pages, not 40 people, 40 pages that are using the name vegan. Okay? And all of these people are doing great work. They're all making videos.
I mean, we don't know all of them.
No, we don't. We shouldn't say we know all of them.
So we don't know whether all of them are doing great work.
No, but they're obviously promoting veganism in some way.
Yeah, they're content creators. For some reason, if the content is vegan, the Patreon platform for content creators no longer applies. That's rubbish.
No,
veganism is content like any other.
It seems to only apply to certain people.
Oh, that's right.
That people are happy with, but when it comes to us...
Well, we've already gone through this in the video that we made in response to your video mid-year, where we addressed it's how Patreon is a voluntary donation system, not holding a gun to anyone's head. Anyone can pull their pledge at any time. It's basically the person is looking at your content and deciding for themselves whether they want to support that work, that content.
It's up to them.
That's it. It's up to them.
So there's nothing different between what we do and us on Patreon and Happy Healthy Vegan. Or anyone else. There's Vegan Family TV. They've currently relocated. They've left, their life
Country
in England,
of origin.
and they've moved somewhere else, and they're living their lifestyle that they want to live with their kids. They don't have regular 9-to-5 jobs, but they're doing a great service promoting veganism in their own little way with their kids. All right.
I mean, this is
they are making more money than us on Patreon. And again, I don't want to bring people into
it's crazy.
I know, we have nothing against anybody. Our point is, there are so many others. Mike the Vegan.
Erin Janus. She posts a video every couple of months, every 3-4 months, whatever it is. The frequency.
She makes a killing on Patreon.
What is it, like 3-4 times what we make, thereabouts or something? You can look it up yourself. Her
videos are fantastic. We're glad people are supporting her. But if she's going to get all that support for video every couple of months at best, why are some people coming after us for $200 when we put out a video on average every second day? The last month has been
but
not so much
in the over 2.5 year history of the channel. We had something like 530 odd videos in however many days is just over 2.5 years, and it worked out to a video every 1.8 days. We've taken out about 40 videos, so now that 530 total shows is about 490 or thereabouts.
Plus all the free time that we're on other social media and emails and helping people and all the other stuff that we do with the ebooks and everything. Like, again, it's just the nitpicking of the vegan couple are doing this and that. Everyone else is doing it. So if you've got something against Patreon, then you better have it against all your mates, including those in LA, who are doing exactly the same thing as us.
And so again, and also this not coming to that vegan couple for nutrition information. we are promoting the same nutrition information as the plant-based doctors. That's who we're promoting. The very same people that you promote through your expos and have been doing for years now.
Reading the same thing,
So by criticising our nutrition information, you're criticising your own and that of the doctors. It's ridiculous.
Just to reiterate, we don't eat raw till 4, okay? We used to. We did it, and then we stopped doing it. And what we promote now is a whole plant foods diet.
Yeah.
High starch.
Yeah. And again,
does that sound familiar?
Yeah. And again, I've got to call Jeff out here for being an absolute hypocrite and a case of the pot calling the kettle black so many times in the video that you just made defaming us. You said that it's a character assassination of you. Well, that's exactly what you're doing to us, assassinating our character, coming after our Patreon and our nutrition information advice.
And just our general character, associating us with death threats and violence. Why? I want to know, Jeff, why are you doing this? Yeah. The key message here for anybody out there watching, don't ever say anything about the Nelsons, especially his kids. Yeah. All right? No matter what they do, never, ever say anything about them.
Otherwise, you'll be dealing with this hell that we're dealing with now, which is unwarranted.
I can bet you everything in the world that Jeff would have no interest in us whatsoever if it wasn't for the stuff that went on back in March and June.
Which has been settled and moved past. I cannot believe it. I'm still in disbelief. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. That's the thoughts off the top of our head.
Jeff, you really got to stop this. Again, this has nothing to do with us. We're not interested, all right? We're actually leaving Chiang Mai. We're leaving behind a lot of things. Just leave us alone. Leave us alone. And in fact, it is fair. It is absolutely necessary that you do make a video just clearing our name. Absolutely. You don't even have to apologize. Just say everything I said in the previous video about them is wrong and inaccurate, and I was wrong. Out of my league. I shouldn't have said that.
Out of line. Okay, you can't do that. I mean, absolute defamation, slander. I cannot believe it, Jeff.
We hate having to do this because no doubt it's going to spark a heap of other videos from
but what are we supposed to do?
And
we're just being defamed, like ridiculously, unwarranted.
I don't want to drag other people into this, okay? So the people that we've mentioned, sorry.
We are coming under fire for making educational, supportive, helpful videos for non-vegan YouTubers that have large followings so that they may be inspired by that information and they may go vegan and may share it with their huge audiences. We're trying to better the world to help people, the animals and the planet. And we are being called guilty of issuing murder threats to...
do people realise that McDonald's still exists?
Yeah, but I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
No. Whilst people in the vegan community are promoting a guy who ordered murder and rape threats against us, doing all of that wonderful work. I'm not trying to say our work is wonderful, but Jesus, it's harmless, isn't it? It's trying to help the best way we know how.
And again, if these people want to do that, well, whatever. We're not telling you what to do on your channel, okay? We're not calling anyone out here. We're just trying to juxtapose what's going on. It's kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah, it's Twilight Zone stuff.
It really
is. It's Orwellian. It's the Twilight Zone. I don't know how else to describe it.
As I said, McDonald's still exists. Like there are KFC still exists. There are big enemies out there that are pushing murder and death on people, on animals, on the planet. And we're fighting amongst each other about just ridiculous things. Are we serious? Can we lift ourselves out of this shithole? Can we just take it to another level? Can we actually be productive in 2017? Can we drop this? I don't know how to end this video. We've gone in so many, we've got to stop it again. We really didn't intend to record for so long and go in all these directions. We don't want this on our channel. This is the thing. We don't want this kind of video on our channel. We don't want to be mentioning other people.
So counterproductive. So we spend all our time making these videos to reach these people. They come to the channel and they see something like this. Oh yeah, I want to be vegan. Sure, sign me up. Oh my God.
I don't really think there is such a vegan community anymore. It's really sad to say that. I feel really sad inside. I always start to cry in these videos. I'm not crying. You come to this and you want to be part of something good and big and something different to all the bullshit that's out there in the world, and you think, yeah, it's a vegan community. It's not. It's awful. It's just a mixture of people who happen to eat similar things.
It's a community for example, in the sense that, you know, someone's new to veganism and their family and friends don't understand their new lifestyle and what have you, and they can come online and they can interact with other vegans and find comfort and solace that they're not alone in the world. Is solace the right word? I'm not sure. But basically comfort that they're not alone in the world, and oh my God, there are other people who understand how I think and feel about the world. Now that's community, but this stuff here has no
really
place
bad.
in the community.
Really
None
bad.
at all. Really bad. And it just tarnishes
I feel sick.
Yeah, it's
sick. And we often say, you know, if we were a food animal and we could comprehend what was going on, we'd say we're fucked. We are fucked. Yeah. Because if vegans with a platform on social media that reaches the most amount of people are doing this, we got no chance, you know, and whatever. You know, and the association with Gary Yourofsky and, you know, violent vegans and all that. Jeff, again, you got your style, do your thing. Gary turned us vegan. When you turn as many people vegan as Gary Yourofsky does, then awesome. Until then, you know, maybe just go and do your style.
And they're also the clip that Jeff showed. They're Gary's words.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're our words just because we watched Gary's speech and that inspired us to go vegan.
That's right. And of course, we're going to promote someone who made us go vegan. Like if it worked for us, then why wouldn't it think it would work for other people? It's not going to work for everyone, and we say that many times. All approaches are needed.
So all of a sudden now, actually, Carly Bible is a very violent person because she promoted Gary Yourofsky's best speech ever in her going vegan video. So now could Carly Bible be responsible for the death threats that your family has received?
Well, she's an ethical vegan for the animals,
that's
and she's violent.
It's so absurd.
See where we're going? This is ridiculous. It's got to stop. As much as you want the shit to stop in your life and for your family, we want it to stop for ours. We want it to stop for everyone, okay?
So why would we do it to other people?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop dragging us into your bullshit. Stop it.
Clear our name too.
In fact, I think you need to make a video clearing us. Yeah. This is not all right.
If you think it's warranted that Jeff should make a video clearing our name and apologising, if you like, for the defamation, or just however you want to...
He doesn't even have to apologise. Just clear it, okay? Because obviously you hate us and whatever.
And that video you've made, it either has to come down or has to be edited with all reference to us taken out of it.
That's right. And if you do, just like we did 6 months ago, we're happy to take this down.
Yeah.
But if you leave yours up, or you have to leave ours up, and then it goes on and on and on, no one wants that.
And then both channels make veganism look bad. They come to VegSource and they're looking for inspiration from the plant-based doctors, and then they see this rubbish and they think, oh, vegans are weird. Or they come to our channel and they see all this helpful stuff as well, but then they see this and think, oh, no. So it's counterproductive. We don't want to fight
with you, Jeff. We really don't. I know you don't believe us. I know you think we're talking shit.
I can't believe you didn't reach out to us on email, given that we finished things mid-year very amicably.
And you changed your thumbnail. You now got the aliens back in. You're back on the alien. We're aliens. We're not human.
Man.
Really, we're going back there. We're reliving 2016. We're going back to high school and doing bullshit. That's where we're at. That's the level of maturity that we're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean that video it's defamation, it's slander, it's cyberbullying. It's everything. It's character assassination.
Everything that you're criticising everyone else for doing against you, and whatever else you're doing to us. We've just repeating ourselves. It's gone on way too long.
I know. I'm sending people Nina and Randa's acne video one moment, and the next I'm sending the family death threats. Please, come on.
I mean,
in what
do you
world?
know how many?
In what world?
Do you know how many comments and people trying to bait us? To continue the feud with the Nelsons we get all the time in the last 6 months since June. We still get those, Jeff, and we haven't responded to anything. We have no intention. We said to you, we have no intention of continuing this back in June.
That's why we went to great lengths to clear it all up and move forward amicably the way we did.
If we wanted to bring it up, we could have just simply answered one of the many comments and questions that we get on a regular basis, and we don't. All right, seriously, now we're stopping the video.
Yeah.
This is just way too long. So to our regular viewers, once again, we're really sorry that you've had to enjoy this kind of video. Sorry to the people that we've had to mention.
What do you do when you're between a rock and a hard place and your back's up against the wall? I mean,
what would you do if you were us? So how would you feel? What would you do? I just want to leave everything, you know, we said in the Q&A video that YouTube wasn't sustainable if the problems on YouTube platform continue. What's actually more not sustainable is this kind of bullshit that we're being dragged into and that goes on. Like the mental and emotional drain is absolutely, it's gut-wrenchingly painful and it's sad. That's it, Jeff. Hope to hear from you. You've got our email.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah.